Thank you all for coming out to join us to help celebrate this very special occasion. Last week, the Department of Transportation and the Federal Aviation Administration designated the ASSURE Consortium, led by Mississippi State University, as the Center of Excellence for Unmanned Aircraft Systems. We have a strong group of supporters in Congress who have worked very hard with the Federal Aviation Administration over the past 4 years to create this Center of Excellence. We commend Mississippi State University for assembling a high-caliber team of universities from throughout the world who have the capabilities and are effectively tackling the broad array of issues related to unmanned aircraft systems. We're interested in continuing to support what will be a collaborative process to address the complicated nature of integrating unmanned aircraft into our national airspace system, as well as the privacy and other policy issues that will arise with their use. It's clear this emerging technology is here to stay, and we are all excited that smart people from our states will have an active role in making sure this is the safest and most efficient way to incorporate the technology into our airspace to assist on a wide range of issues, from precision agriculture to discovery of disasters. Finally, I'm happy that I'm able to welcome the FAA Administrator, Michael Huerta, here, and to thank him for his support of this initiative. And at this point, I will call on him to say a few words. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Senator Cochran, for that kind introduction and for inviting me to be with you and this very distinguished group of representatives in Congress, senators and representatives. Thank you for your support for this effort. Safely integrating unmanned aircraft is a big, big challenge in our national airspace system, but it's also one of the most exciting things that we are working on at the FAA. You know, when you think about it, it was not since the years following World War II when the brightest minds in aviation were exploring the limits of an exciting new technology, jet technology, and they were laying the foundations for space exploration. Well, here we are again, and we are seeing an unprecedented level of innovation taking place in aviation and in aerospace. And it's clear that the applications for unmanned aircraft are virtually limitless. Today, we're seeing them used for everything from movie filming, wildlife monitoring, pipeline inspection, oil exploration, and it's impossible to predict the full range of commercial uses that might be ahead. Now, our mandate at the FAA is very simple. We have to strike a balance between ensuring that this innovation can flourish on the one hand, while maintaining the safest possible aviation system in the world. And we have a great team committed to making that happen, and we've made incredible progress. You all know that we opened 6 test sites across the country. We've granted hundreds of exemptions for commercial use of unmanned aircraft. In February, we put forward a comprehensive regulatory framework for commercial operations of smaller unmanned aircraft. But we recognize that we cannot accomplish this enormous task of integrating unmanned aircraft by ourselves. We need to harness the energy, the enthusiasm, the expertise, and the creativity of the private sector and of academia. And so that's why we were so pleased when Congress supported the establishment of the Unmanned Aircraft Systems Center of Excellence. In both fiscal year 14 and 15 in the appropriations bills, Congress directed significant funding toward this effort. And I'd like to thank Senator Cochran and all of his congressional colleagues for their support and their leadership on this critical issue. Last week, following a very rigorous competition, we were pleased to announce the selection of the team led by Mississippi State University as the FAA's Center of Excellence for Unmanned Aircraft Systems. This world-class, cost-sharing, public-private partnership brings together 15 of the nation's leading unmanned aircraft universities and aviation universities that have already proven a commitment to conducting the research that we need in this industry. Now, the Center of Excellence is going to focus on a bunch of things: research, education and training in areas critical to safety, and successfully integrating unmanned aircraft into our nation's airspace. Now, the research, as all research programs do, will likely evolve over time, but initially it will include things like detect and avoid technology, low altitude operations safety, control and communications, compatibility with air traffic control operations, certifying, training unmanned aircraft pilots and their crew members, and a whole host of other areas. And concurrently, the center will educate people. It'll educate and train a cadre of professionals to serve the UAS community in the future. Now, the Mississippi State University team developed a proposal that clearly addresses the needs of the FAA, but more importantly, the needs of the unmanned aircraft industry. The selected team brings together resources and capabilities that are critical to meeting this challenge we have of how we integrate this dynamic technology. Now, we expect the center will be fully operational and all university members will be engaged in a robust research agenda by January of 2016, but based on what I just heard, they had a great meeting today, another one set up for next month, and a lot of work is underway, and so I think we are very, very well launched. Now, integrating unmanned aircraft into the system will be a continually evolving process. Through this Center of Excellence, what we have is some of today's brightest minds in this technology that are joining us on this journey. And what a journey it is. Together, we will all be better prepared for the possibilities of this new age in aviation and aerospace, and it will bring for decades to come. Thank you very much.
Very pleased to be here and want to congratulate the Mississippi State Bulldogs and on behalf of the University of North Dakota, we're very proud to be part of this great team. Paul Linseth is here, one of the leaders from the University of North Dakota, and we are very proud to, like I say, be part of this UAS Center of Excellence. Taken a lot of work to get here. I want to thank our chairman, Senator Cochran, for his fantastic leadership. Also, Administrator Huerta, for his willingness to work with us on UAS, unmanned aircraft systems. You know, at the FAA, I know their job is safety, and it's always safety first with Administrator Huerta, but it's also about making sure that this nation continues to lead when it comes to aviation and aerospace. And to do that, we have got to be the leaders in unmanned aircraft, in RPAs, UAS, UAVs, whatever you want to call them. We got to lead the way. And this Center of Excellence is a big part of doing that. I want to thank Senator Murkowski, who is also on the Appropriations Committee with Senator Cochran and myself. The funding, obviously, $5 million for this Center of Excellence is very important, and we want to continue that effort. Also, Senator Wicker, Congressman Cramer, all of the congressmen that have joined with us on this effort. There's a lot more to do here, but saying that, I have to also say that it's not like we just started. For me, this is a decade in terms of the effort. When I was governor in North Dakota in 2005, I was working with the FAA at that time to try to find a way to advance the integration of unmanned aircraft into the NAS, the national airspace, and to have concurrent airspace use between manned and unmanned aircraft. And it's been, you know, well, until 2011, before we were able to include legislation in the FAA reauthorization bill that set up the test sites, and we have now 6 test sites across the country in North Dakota and Alaska and other places. And so it's all starting to come together. This Center of Excellence, our universities, the test sites, Senator Booker and myself introduced some legislation that we call the Modernization Act for commercial UAS. And it is about tying together not only what FAA is doing, but what the universities are doing and what the test sites are doing so that we can innovate. And we're not forcing our companies to go offshore to other countries like Australia to drive this innovation. And so that's what this is all about. And this Center of Excellence is going to be a big, big part of it. So again, I want to thank everybody for this great teamwork, this great collaboration, and for the exciting future that we're all working together to create when it comes to unmanned aviation. Thanks so much. Who's next?
Well, I'm Lisa Murkowski from the state of Alaska, and Alaska is pleased to be working with our friends in Mississippi. And congratulations on the Center of Excellence, and really as we move forward again with technologies that are new and exciting and challenging and pushing us every day on new frontiers, I want you to know what we have to offer in our last frontier. The Arctic is right there for us. And talk about an amazing place to really be pushing out our technologies and our understanding and our capabilities in a place where you want to talk about your ability to engage in low altitude flying. The landscape up there on the North Slope and moving out onto the ocean there is about as flat as this floor. There's no bumps, there's no hills, there's no nothing in the way. So you got a lot of room to test. And you want to talk about being able to test it beyond range of sight, sir, with no danger and no concern about where it might go next. It might actually go all the way around the globe there, but also the privacy considerations. Talk to me about how many people we're kind of buzzing over as we are testing this UAS, these systems that are just amazing in terms of their capacity and their capability. But they're new, and so we have a lot of testing to do. So what the University of Alaska is doing is nothing short of extraordinary. And Senator Hoeven, you mentioned that this is not just something that we have started this year, last year. We've been working for years now. But to be able to come together in great partnerships with our academic institutions, with our businesses. My son is working up on Alaska's North Slope right now and is in a part of the state that hosts an aviation center. The most exciting job up there right now are those folks that are engaged in some of the testing that's going on at Point Aliktok. The most exciting job out there is in this area. We had a symposium on the Arctic a few months back. The most popular breakout was what was happening with UAS and its potential for us in the Arctic, its potential for us around the nation. So we've got extraordinary places to go to, I'm dating myself here with Buzz Lightyear, but to infinity and beyond. It really is unlimited in terms of our potential. But working together, collaborating together, Senator Cochran, Chairman Cochran, your leadership in this and making it happen makes it that much more real. And as Marty has reminded me, it's real money that allows us to do so much more. We know what we need to do, but it takes some resourcing. We're making that happen. So I'm pleased to stand with so many of you today in saying congratulations now to infinity and beyond, or at least beyond range of sight.
Well, I'm Roger Wicker from Mississippi. Senator Murkowski, you did a good job of making the case that Alaska ought to be part of this. Well, we got the contract. We got it. So, you could quit selling. Let me talk about jobs and let me talk about teamwork. This is absolutely about creating American jobs. Whether it's making our crops grow better, which we're real good at with precision flight in Mississippi, or protecting our troops, or responding to any sort of humanitarian crisis anywhere in the world. UAS, drones, UAVs, unmanned flight is the wave of the future. And so it makes me proud on behalf of this team to be here and be part of it. President Keenum, thank you and congratulations on putting together a winning team to compete for this. We competed for it on the merits. We like to believe that, that this consortium was chosen because it would get the best bang for the buck for our taxpayer dollars. So congratulations to you, President Keenum, for putting this plan together, and for everyone, including Alaska-Fairbanks and North Dakota and these other institutions, for being part of a winning team, and what will be a winning team for the American people, for the taxpayers, and for the future. And then to this team behind me here, let me just say, I think we're in a position to make sure this goes forward with excellent funding and with the support that the taxpayers intend for us to have. So thanks for the team in the academic world, the folks with the brains. I'm glad to be part of this team that's got maybe a little clout and a little power. And I think that I hate to coin a pun, but I think the sky's the limit in terms of what we can do with this. So thank you very much.
I noticed the senator didn't accuse this group behind us of having brains, but at least we have some clout. In the absence of brains, clout will do. And while Senator Murkowski, I think, makes a strong case that Alaska is the final frontier, we can see it from North Dakota. We're not quite. And if she thinks Buzz Lightyear dates her, I was going to reference Buzz Aldrin. I just want to add my congratulations. I want to add my congratulations to the administrator. You know, sometimes we Republicans don't get that many opportunities to congratulate the administration on good decisions, but you made a great one here. And I think the leadership team made a good proposal, of course, as well. But congratulations on a good decision. Obviously, I think the evidence, really, of excellence is reflected in those logos. The coalition itself really is its own evidence of excellence. And in addition to the incredible intellectual and academic criteria that is met by these fine institutions, I can speak certainly for the good people at North Dakota that the ethics, the ethical culture that comes from these places, it comes from the Midwest, it comes from places like Alaska, that come from the South, this ethical culture is going to be very, very important, in addition to the incredible research and innovation that will see this through. You know, the United States' competitive advantage in the global marketplace has always been our ability to innovate. And here we go, one more time, with the latest and greatest in an ethical way, advancing the opportunities, endless opportunities presented by this. So thank you for letting me be part of the celebration as well as the work forward.
Thank you, Congressman Cramer, and I also want to say thank you for not telling the crowd that it takes 2 senators to do the work of 1 congressman in North Dakota. So, but it is a great day for celebration, and we couldn't be happier to be a part of this. And congratulations to each university that's selected to be a part of this team. And Administrator Huerta, thank you for your hard work on this and the selection process. We do congratulate you on that. And I think two of the things that he said in his comments, one is the teamwork, and the other is what's to come. You know, we've already caught a glimpse of what's there, but we have no idea what we'll be doing 5 years from now. And that's why this team and this group is going to make some incredible progress and headway in the years to come. And so the Assure Alliance, as we go forward, it's going to be, we can't begin to imagine. So we're excited for everyone, and again, congratulations. It is a great honor to be a part of the the team from my home state of Mississippi, and to be able to be here with Senator Wicker, and to particularly thank Senator Cochran for his great work, and to represent, I think, one of the greatest research and development universities in this country, in Mississippi State University. I want to say congratulations to you, Dr. Keenum, and congratulations to your hard work that you've done. This is a special moment and time for all of us, and it's my privilege now to ask Dr. Mark Keenum, President of Mississippi State University, to come address us. Thank you.
Thank you. What a great day for research and for the technological advancement of unmanned aerial systems all across our nation. You know, I lead a major university in our state of Mississippi, and we're very proud of what we do and the research initiatives on our campus. We also are charged with educating this new bright generation of young people who are going off into the world, and this realm of technological advancement and development is an exciting opportunity for career paths for these young people, not only in our state, but all across the country. You know, and I talk about the fact that we're experiencing, all of us, a sheer explosion in the realm of technology. Well, unmanned aerial systems is a wonderful example of this technological advancements, and you've heard from our distinguished speakers here a lot of the things that we can use this technology for. But the reason why I'm really here more than anything else is to say thank you. Thank you so much to Congress and to our congressional leaders, Senator Cochran, and my entire delegation, Senator Wicker and Congressman Harper from the state of Mississippi, who represent Mississippi State here in the Congress. Thank you for your wisdom, your vision, and your foresight to make this type of an investment. And on behalf of all the academic partners, we welcome the opportunity to work with you, to partner with you, to do this outstanding research that's so meaningful for our nation, that will lead to tremendous economic development, job opportunities, and growth, again, in all of our respective states and every part of this country and around the world. So also, on behalf of the partnership, I want to say thank you to the Department of Transportation, to Secretary Fox, and of course, Administrator Huerta. Thank you so much for the efforts and the leadership of FFA in this endeavor. So as a partnership, we're excited to move forward and begin this work. And you know, I thank you very much, Congressman Harper and Senator Wicker, for recognizing me, but we have some very smart people on our campus, and we're very fortunate to be led by our Vice President for Research and Development, Dr. David Shaw, who has spent tireless hours working with our partners all across the country, and also to have someone with the expertise and the knowledge as United States Air Force Major General, retired General James Poss, who has been an intricate leader in this whole effort and will be leading our effort of Assure in Mississippi. So with that, General Poss, I'll turn to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Keenum. Well, first off, I would like to thank everybody for all the tremendous support that you've given us over the years. And I do say years. My boss, Dr. David Shaw, and his boss, President Keenum, have been at this for, no kidding, 6 years. Assure has been a team with a written contract for 3 years. I've been working it for a mere 2 years. But in that amount of time, we took the strategy of going after the schools that had two types of experience. One, they were very experienced with unmanned systems, and we achieved that. Believe it or not, thanks to the good folks at the University of Alaska, we actually have more unmanned aircraft in our coalition than the United States Air Force has. By last count, I think we got them beat by 32, but that's always varying. We have 3 of the 7 test sites that are our universities are core to them within Assure. Our schools run 1/3 of the other centers of excellence for the Federal Aviation Authority, and we've just got that level of expertise. The first 3 universities that offered unmanned aerial systems degrees are represented here in Assure. So we've definitely got the UAS experience. On the other hand, we wanted schools that knew something about the Federal Aviation Administration. And Assure sits on 14 different FAA and international aviation safety rulemaking committees out there. Our whole goal in Assure is to take UAS research and turn it into rules that the FAA that can then apply to this fantastic industry that is about to be birthed in the United States of America.
AUVSI, the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International, in a 2012 report forecast that this will be about an $80 billion industry in the United States of America within the next 5 years or so. We view it as our job to work with our partners within Assure, the 21 schools of Assure, the 113 government and corporate partners that are a member of Assure, and of course our friends in the Federal Aviation Administration to enable this fantastic industry. This was relatively short notice for us, but we did manage to get some of our best schools from Assure, and I just kind of would like to introduce them as we're here. North Carolina State University, we've got Oregon State University, North Dakota, New Mexico State University, Embry-Riddle, and Drexel University here. And University of Alaska. Yeah, thanks again for all the systems there, Marty. Don't want to take up too much of your time. Really appreciate everyone coming here. I'm assuming that we're going to have questions now, so. Yes, sir.
Well, the bad news is we're out of money. We're occurring, as you know, on an annual basis, large deficits right now with a lot of the programs and activities and challenges that are called on from the federal government each year. But serving on the Appropriations Committee, we're up to it. We can help direct ways to fund programs that are meritorious and that serve the national interest, and this is a classic example of something we definitely want to support.
So was the center basically funded on $5 million, if I heard that correct?
I didn't say any number. I don't remember saying a number. I thought I heard that. From me? No, not from you. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I heard that $5 million. We'll consider that as, you know, having great merit. We have a whole committee in the Senate devoted to that, those issues in the House as well. So I'm not prepared to predict what level of funding we'll be able to get for what parts of this program.
For North Dakota, that's really sort of the first commercial focus. While we certainly use UAS for border patrol, we already have a culture of using it for in the defense area. Precision agriculture, the opportunity to grow more food for more people on the same land, is obviously a technology that has been advancing throughout the years. It is our very strong belief that there's no better place than the prairies and the large fields of North Dakota to utilize and to test these systems on, you know, first of all, of course, monitoring crops, then using the data, of course, to prepare for next year's planting and the appropriate level of herbicides and fertilizers, things like that. So precision agriculture, to us, is perhaps the greatest commercial opportunity for these systems, and we look forward to testing it thoroughly with a lot of experts in North Dakota for sure.
And we selected these schools on purpose. One of the first major uses for commercial unmanned aerial systems is going to be precision agriculture. Most of the numbers bear that out. We've got some of the best agricultural schools on the planet that also happen to be some of the best engineering schools on the planet working this. So you have us at Mississippi State. We'll plan to do quite a bit of flying in the Mississippi Delta, working our special types of crops. North Carolina State is already working precision agriculture, working completely different types of crop, their tobacco and whatnot. We got Embry-Riddle be helping us out, I'm sure, with the orange and citrus crop there in Florida. Just took UC Davis on as a core school yesterday, University of California, Davis. They'll be working all the special challenges of agriculture in California. And of course, we've got North Dakota, the Kansas schools, and Alaska, all of whom are very, very good at agriculture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
see you. Thank you so much. General, good to see you.